Hi everybody, my name is Torres. I'm a freshman here at St. John's College from Rio Rancho, New Mexico. I chose St. John's to sort of explore the intersectionality between history, politics, philosophy, and the society we live in today. It really drew me is our deep intellectual curiosity and our yearning for questions and sometimes answers, but oftentimes just a discussion. And the discussion can take us farther sometimes than the answers themselves. Here at St. John's, we're not only tasked to examine ourselves, but we do this through the books we read. Plato, Aristotle, Machiavelli, and Marx. These books, they change and shape the identities of society and the people at large today. Now, through this discussion and conversation, we're able to understand society, why it changes, why it doesn't, and sometimes why it stays the same. But through this, most of all, we understand ourselves as people. So primarily I chose St. John's and the Great Books program as a whole is because we kind of forego the choice here. We take 4 years and we take an undergrad program that is contrarian, that's different and that's unique. In a society that values the commodification of education, for me, a New Mexico student, something that I was really focused on is finding an education that not only decommodifies itself, but asks something more of students, to contemplate ourselves in the world, and to ask ourselves to truly question the ideals we hold true. In fact, at St. John's, you don't just get a degree, you get an education, a truly holistic one that values the difference of opinions and the diversity of the world we live in today. I couldn't find that anywhere else in New Mexico, and where I found that was St. John's. What I also found at St. John's was a very generous financial aid package that made it possible for me to attend here. So, unlike many of my friends that chose to attend state institutions, I actually pay less in tuition and the cost of attendance as a whole than they do. Here at St. John's, we don't just read one philosophical idea or one mode of thinking. Now more than ever, we find ourselves in an intersection where society could be breaking down or built up. And it is up to us as students that are going to become the new leaders to decide how we want to approach this, how we want our education to be, and how we want our world to be. And we do this not by examining our own echo chambers, but looking beyond that. Our job here isn't singular, our job here is continuous. At St. John's, we're sort of a microcosm of society, not one of homogeneous thought, not one of an echo chamber, but one of a diversity of opinions and ideas. Those that we explore together, we justify, and we're forced to grapple with them. But most of all, we go beyond our own ideas and truly examine and explore others and really question why, how, and who influences those. Now, for me, this is the perfect segue into law school because I want to go into public interest law, serving as an attorney for the most marginalized communities and ensuring that everyone has a guarantee of civil rights. The college is uniquely suited among many institutions in the state to provide aid that makes an education like this accessible to nearly everybody. All of this to say that New Mexico students have a real opportunity, a rare one here. We have a top-tier liberal arts college right here in our state, and it's time for us to use it.